I've spoiled my kid to these homemade biscuits, and I would be lying if I told you it didn't feel great when we go to a restaurant and he says that mom's biscuits are better than the restaurant. This recipe is all made from scratch, but trust me, it's not intimidating. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it to get a fluffy, delicious, moist biscuit every time. Before you do anything else, start by dissolving your yeast in some warm water. You need a quarter cup of warm water and about 2 teaspoons or 1 packet of yeast. We're going to let that set a minute while we get the rest of our ingredients ready. We're starting with 5 cups of all-purpose flour, then whisking in 2 tablespoons of sugar. Add a teaspoon of baking soda and 2 teaspoons of baking powder, plus a teaspoon of salt. I like to use unbleached flour, but that's just my preference. Now, here's the fun part. You got to get your hands a little dirty. We're going to use half a stick of softened butter and half a cup of bacon grease. If you don't save your bacon grease when you cook, you need to start now. But if you haven't been, store-bought lard is fine. I'll be like Anna Garten and tell you store-bought's fine. We're going to pinch that into the flour by just pressing it in with our fingertips. You can use a fork if you want to be like prissy about it, but just get in there with your hands and pinch it in until it looks about like wet sand. Now, once that's good and incorporated, you're going to take your yeast mixture and about a cup of whole milk. You use your best judgment to see if there's crumbs at the bottom of the bowl. You might need more milk. If it's getting real wet, you might need less milk. It kind of depends on your flour and the humidity and all that good stuff. I don't know. I don't know what it depends on. That's just what I do. But mix in your milk and just kind of mash it in with your hands is what I do. And I scrape around the side of the bowl in like a circular motion, and I fold the dough over itself a few times. Then I roll it out onto a flat surface that's been floured. You can use a seal pat mat if you want to keep it a little bit neater. And I just pat it out until it's a couple inches thick. I like a nice tall biscuit because they can rise kind of up on each other and get a little bit more height. I melt a little butter in my iron skillet, but if you don't think ahead, it's okay. I've done it before too. Just smear a little bit of softened butter on the inside of it. And I cut my biscuits with a small jelly jar. You can use a cookie cutter if you want to, but I like the jelly jar because it helps it keep that height. Then I just arrange them all in the iron skillet and put them in an oven that's been preheated to 400. I let them bake for around 15 minutes, but you can watch them and just see when the tops turn brown. Once the tops turn brown and the inside isn't doughy anymore, take them out, smear them with a little bit of butter on top because we ain't got enough butter and fat in this recipe yet. And then they're ready to eat. I do recommend letting them cool just a minute. And if you're looking for a good cast iron skillet, I've linked mine